activate your imagination for 60 seconds. The year is 2039. Coach Bruce Pearl has just completed his 25th season as the Auburn basketball coach. And that ties him with Shu Sherman for the longest tenure in Auburn history among the Big Two sports. Chuma Okeke recently retired after 19 NBA seasons and 6 championships. Dr. Avery McLemore, Dean of the Harvard College of Business. Bryce Brown and Jared Harper still living in the gym after their long pro careers, only this time they're helping their sons get up shots. And they all come back for the 20th anniversary of the 2019 Auburn Tigers. Bryce is instantly recognizable because of his receding hairline. Jared has a very small but noticeable gut. Not really a beer belly, more like a vino belly. And when they come out to center court to be recognized, 20 years from now, the cheers will be just as loud as they were on that last Saturday when Auburn beat Tennessee in the regular season. This team has earned a treasured position in the hearts and minds of Auburn people for your unselfish play, your great victories, and perhaps most of all, for your sportsmanship and your class. You are that rare team that shined even brighter in defeat than you did in victory, rare indeed. So let's celebrate. Here to begin, the 19th president of Auburn University, soon to begin his 3rd year leading this great university, helping Auburn innovate, transform, and inspire, Dr. Stephen Lee.
Good evening, folks. We're here to have a great celebration, a fellowship together, celebrate a great basketball team, and a truly incredible season. And I think we're all on the same page. It was incredible, a lot of fun, a long journey, but a really, really fun journey. I hope everybody in here feels the same as me. It was a really exciting time. As you know, Jen and I are great sports fans. Jen is probably the biggest basketball fan in the house, and we got to know the team, we got to know the coaches, and really, really proud of this basketball team. Not just for what they do in the court, but what they do all the time. As an academic institution, we have a responsibility to educate our students, broaden their life experiences, and teach them the things that are now Auburn created. And I think there's no better example of students doing all that than the men on this basketball team. They've got great values, great work ethics, they believe in hard work, and I couldn't be prouder to have them represent us on a regular basis. They did it all season long, they won, and they won in an Auburn style, a style as president I can be so proud of. They did it with class, they did it with poise, and they did it with character. So to the players in here, I thank you for that. But I also want to say something to the coaches. These kids are great kids, but they turned into these men with class and character and poise because of our coaches. And Bruce, especially to you showed them what it's like to live with Auburn Creed. So I thank you for that. We couldn't be happier that you're a part of the Auburn family. Appreciate everything you do, not only for athletics, but for the university and our community. So thanks, Bruce. So back to the players. Here's some of our best ambassadors. We couldn't ask for any better ambassadors than you. Your incredible commitment on the court, in school, and to living the life we want as role models for the rest of our students is there every single day. Each of one of you embodies Auburn excellence, and it makes me especially proud to have a team like that here at Auburn. So I'm going to close, remind the guys they were great examples of Auburn men. We fully expect you'll be Auburn men the rest of your life, and we look forward to what's going to happen in this program. I hope all the next teams stand on the shoulders of giants, stand on your shoulders, so the best part of Auburn basketball is yet to come. War Eagle.
President Lee, just like a great basketball team needs a great backcourt, a university needs a president and a director of athletics working together. The Tigers have Bryce and Jared, Auburn University has President Lee, and Dr. and Alan Green. Please welcome the Tigers Director of Athletics, who is now 2 for 2, 2 seasons, 2 SEC champions, Alan Green.
Where are you going? So, number one, the president stole all my thunder, so I got no material. And then Jeff stole what little rain I had, so I really got no material. You know, as I think about this time last year and the kind of the euphoria that was in this arena from winning the SEC championship, it just reminded me how fortunate we are to be at Auburn at a time like this. You know, so often people talk about the Auburn family. And if you're not from Auburn or you've not spent any time here, you really don't fully understand how significant that term is. And same with the ability to be here and talk about how great it is to be an Auburn Tiger. Unless you're living through it, it's really hard to articulate how meaningful it is. This past year has been remarkable for me in many ways. As I think about our basketball program, so many people have said, there's probably more people in here tonight than have been at some of our basketball games over the past decade or so. And so I'm learning to really appreciate the success of our men's basketball program. This type of success is not easy. Many people, and Bruce, I know some folks that talk to you about this, they've already got their hotel rooms for Atlanta next year. Anybody in this room already got their hotel rooms in Atlanta next year? I want y'all to just remember how difficult it is to achieve what this basketball program achieved. The first time in our history, the first time for anyone in the state of Alabama to reach to a Final Four is an incredible feat. And we all are incredibly excited. You've heard over and over again from the Auburn family about how proud we are of this basketball program, in particular, these young men. But take a moment to just think about the experiences that we as an Auburn family have had because of this historic run. And understanding that it's not just, and you've probably heard me say this before, it's not just the outcomes that make us cheer, but it's the journey that makes us cheer. And whether it's Salt Lake or Kansas City or Minneapolis, with each round, we continue to enjoy it and embrace it more and more. So, Coach Pearl, we are so thrilled about your success, the success of your coaching staff and your support staff, and the players who have exemplified what it is to be an Auburn man. And one quick note, some people have talked about how proud they were about coaches' comments after the last game of the season and some of the players. Now I want you to know that that is a day in and day out experience. Coach Pearl preaches to these young men over and over and over again. And so does the staff about being Auburn men. So I am not surprised by how well Coach and our players handled the situation. It does not surprise me one bit. But know that it has been a long journey that Coach has worked to instill a culture to ensure that the young men that go through this basketball program are Auburn men. When he brings recruits to my office, if they don't shake my hand and look me in the eye, he tells them to do it again. That's the type of man that we have leading our young men in this basketball program. That's the type of man who we have representing Auburn University, and we couldn't be more grateful and more thankful. And obviously, we are so excited about the bright future, and also know that it's going to take hard work for us to get here again. And I know it's already started. That hard work for next year has already begun. So thank you all for your support of Auburn men's basketball, and thank you all for your support of Auburn University. War Eagle.
Thank you, Alan. Our first award tonight is the Tip-Off Club Award. The success of the Auburn basketball program would not be possible without our Tip-Off Club members. And here to present the Tip-Off Club Award is the current Auburn basketball Tip-Off Club president, Johnny Kinsey.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. It is an honor to represent the Tip-Off Club today. I want to start with some thank yous. First off to my wife, also a huge basketball fan. Thank you for your support and your encouragement this year as president. Also, special thanks to Coach Pearl and his staff. Every week, we had a meeting. Coach Pearl was there, the staff was there. They were willing to speak and talk to us, and gave me a lot of encouragement and also trying to grow our club. So thank you, Coach Pearl. Ian Moore, fabulous man, did all my videoing. So all our members that couldn't be at the meeting, they could go online and see our meetings, and so that was a great trick for him doing that. Anna Thompson, I can't say enough about her. She's running around there somewhere, but folks, this lady all through the tip-off season set us up, made sure our banquets went great. She's a prime starter of this and organizer, I guess would be a better word to say. But I just want to thank Anna so much for making this banquet a success for us. Tip-off club is over 25 years, and I know that because I've been here 25 and I was here then, so at least 25 years old. But we were started to be a support organization for men's basketball. This year we've had our best year ever along with the team. We had over 280 members. We were able to sponsor 2 bus trips, one to Mississippi State and one to UAB. And we couldn't have been a better year. On the table you will see some brochures for next year. Yes, I'm recruiting for next year. Just like Coach is recruiting now, I'm recruiting members also. We want to be over 300. So you can see on the table, get those. There's a website you can register at. And also, you chose the many ways you can join. So please do that. But last but not least, I want to thank our board of directors and our officers. If y'all would please stand. We have Philip Miner, Sherry Standard, Bill Vaughn, Dr. Jim Matthews, Bill Kendrick, Jason Harbison, Paul Schrantz, and Jenna Morgan. Let's give them a hand, please. It doesn't happen without that team. I'm here today to present the Tip-Off Club Award. The Tip-Off Club Award goes to a member that we think went above and beyond the call of duty to support Auburn women basketball, but also the Tip-Off Club. This person just fits the bill in every way. When I became president in June, they came to me and they wanted help any way possible. No matter what I asked, when I asked, this person was right on it. Whether it was to send out emails, to organize cards, to anything, organize bus trips, chaperone a bus trip to Mississippi State, get home at 3 in the morning, thank you very much, I didn't want that job, this person did it. So it was a great honor and pleasure to give the Tip-Off Club Award to Jenna Morgan.
Talk, just not in front of people, so thank y'all so much. I've grown up with this club, so it's nice to be on this side now, so thank y'all.
Congratulations and thank you very much. Next, please welcome the architect of the success of Auburn basketball, the man who said he came here to make Auburn relevant and competitive. You talk about underselling and over-delivering. He's done way more than that. Hanging banners, graduating student athletes, selling out this arena, encouraging cancer patients, and literally saving lives by encouraging early detection for outlet cancer. 30 wins this season, 56 over the last 2 years, 74 over the last 3 years, all the best in Auburn history. A big round of applause, please, for the coach of this team.
Thank you. I'm still here. For those of you that are members of the Tip-Off Club, you know what I'm talking about, because that's been sort of our mantra for the last couple of years, so I won't be saying that for a long, long time. And War Eagle, did you enjoy this past season? Are you going to expect us to do it again next year? Yeah, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, isn't it? Yeah. Coach Balazonis called me. He said, "You have created a monster, son. I'm just telling you right now. Welcome to my world." Went to the governor's mansion yesterday. That was really nice. It was first class. You know, Governor Ivy, she's a proud Auburn alum. She had many great things to say. But she kind of pulled me aside, and I was a little upset about this. She kind of blamed the budget deficit on my new contract. I'm glad you laughed at that. I hope
Dr. Lee for slapping at that. I offered to Dr. Lee because I read in the paper that Auburn, we didn't do great in the first round of our budget talks. And I'm like, I want to go, Governor Ivey, I know we do a lot with a little, but come on, girl, you gotta help us out here. But we had a great time, and it was really wonderful, I think, for the players to be able to go up there. Johnny, thanks for everything that you've done with the Tip-Off Club. Guys, for years of it, tonight's banquet is a thank you banquet. You're going to hear a lot of coaches come up and say thank yous. You're going to hear me get to a list of thank yous, and there'll be some wonderful videos. We'll hear from the players, but that's kind of what this is all about. The Tip-Off Club is so much fun to stay plugged into what our team does all year long. So I encourage you, if you can be a member and come to luncheons, it's a lot of fun. So I'm just going to start off with our thank yous to our fans, to you for coming tonight, for coming with us all season long. You all have created an unbelievable home court advantage here at Auburn Arena. We are the envy of the SEC. This between the jungle and our incredible passionate fan base. And yes, we did tell people 4 years ago that we're going to try to be competitive. We're going to try to be, and I'm going to give you some advice. Buy these season tickets now. Because someday they're going to be worth something and you won't be able to get them. Let me tell you something. You ready for this? There are over 500 accounts, not individuals, but just accounts that we have on file waiting for an opportunity to buy a season ticket next year, and there are none. There are none. 500. But the most important thing about it is y'all were there before we were any good. Y'all came when we were trying and we were playing hard. And guys like KT Rowell and Antoine Mason and Jordan Granger and that group right there, that first year. And you were coming and supporting our kids and supporting them the way we were trying to play. And so I'm very grateful. I'm grateful to Dr. Leaf and the administration, the Board of Trustees, their leadership, their advice, their counsel, their vision, and yes, their support. We're fortunate to have the leads in leadership at our university. And I tell you what, I know y'all give me credit for how hard I go and how hard I work. I don't know that there's a harder working president. I've never seen a harder working president than Dr. Leaf and Janet. They are at everything, supporting everybody. And I want you to know how much we appreciate that, Dr. Leaf. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate my relationship with Alan over the last couple of years. And I think that one of the things that I'm grateful for is that Alan he's trusted me, he's advised me, he's watched, he's listened, he's asked questions, he's evaluated, he's contributed, and you know what's really interesting? I said this today. You want to judge me? You want to judge me? Judge me by the people I surround myself with. I'm down with that. Judge me by my coaches and their families. Judge me by my players. I'm okay with that. And I think that's one of the really neat things that Alan's done. He's looked at our staff and everything, and he's like, I can buy into that. They're doing the things that I want to do, the Auburn way, the right way, so on and so forth. And along those lines, I also want to thank Dr. Lee, and I want to thank Alan for, in addition, making a tremendous commitment to me and our family, with a wonderful contract. The fact that you guys stepped up and did so much for the entire staff and assistant coaches, I want to publicly thank you guys very much for doing that for my staff and our coaches. And Alan, your staff as well, your senior staff, the group that you brought in. We occasionally bring donuts or coffee or breakfast or things around to the different departments because we created a lot of work for a lot of folks that didn't have to work as hard on men's basketball as they've had to in the past. And we're grateful, for you and your senior staff for doing that. And in particular, my senior administrator. It's funny, Chad Pruitt kind of set the stage for each one of his coaches to thank different groups and different people. Chad, why did you ask me to thank the compliance office? I still don't get that. That's not funny anymore. And every time I do this, Brandy goes, why do you always have to do this? I haven't provided false and misleading information in years. Guys won't let me keep the scorecard in golf, okay? staff, Steve Loutz and Dave Gideon, and folks that do a great job. But I will tell you this, it's different here in this sense, and I've not experienced this ever before. There were, and I don't need to explain it that way, but just know me, they're here to help us. They're here to keep us away from trouble before it ever happens. And I can tell you a lot of different places, you know, they're kind of there to sort of catch you when you do something wrong. These guys are there to prevent us and help us understand so as to not do anything wrong. It's a wonderful relationship. We work together really hard every day. And the guy that I go to all the time for advice and counsel and help me get things done at the university and with the administration is my senior sport administrator, Rich McGlynn. Rich, thank you so much for so we got work to do now. I'm also down here thanking the folks at Tigers Unlimited, so Tim and your staff. And Alan was really nice in not saying this right here at the banquet, but I'm going to go ahead and say it for him anyways, okay? Along the lines of development. He got a lot of phone calls as the season was progressing about making sure that he kept his coaching staff at Auburn, right? Did some of you call? I want to hear if you called or wrote or whatever, right? And so what Alan's going to do is he's going to return your call because now y'all going to have to pay for it. You feel me? I'm supposed to thank Tigers Unlimited. It's right here in the script, okay? I'm just reading what I've been told to do. We have an opportunity here now. We really, truly do. And in case you haven't noticed, the rest of our league and the rest of the country, they've taken notice of what we're doing. And I am confident that we can stay competitive and we can continue to do great things. Like right now, we're in the middle of a $3 million locker room renovation right there behind those stands. And it's going to be absolutely wonderful to give our student athletes the best possible opportunity to be successful. There are things in the arena, whether it be the sound system, the center hung scoreboard, the floor resurfacing, lots of different things that we're going to need to continue to grow the program. And so I'm looking forward to working with Tim and his staff to go out there and maintain what we've got right here. And I think the other thing that I really appreciate Dr. Lee doing, he and I also work together in other areas, not just athletics. Because when we do happen to go ask for something for support for athletics, we also may find that they have an interest in something else on campus, and then we're able to blend those things. So, Tim, folks at Tigers Unlimited, you know, Rob, Jacob, appreciate all you guys do. Thank you. All right, just a couple more thank yous and we'll move on to the program. These will be the harder ones because these are the times I get emotional, as you guys know. So. The greatest thing about coaches' wives, okay, is the coaches' wives have an understanding of the demands that are placed on fathers. Wives want their husbands to be great fathers. And so wives, all wives, have to sacrifice sometimes the attention that they get to be able to let their husbands give the attention to the children that are required. And I'm just telling you that our coaches' wives are incredibly supportive of their husbands in this ministry of trying to develop these young men. And one of the great love languages is time. And my players don't care how much I know until they know how much I care, if I do care. And the only way I can demonstrate that is with giving them as much time as I possibly can. And so to our coaches' wives, you know, you guys got to the Final Four this year too. So thank you for your love, thank you for your support, thank you for your commitment, and thanks for letting us love on these young men. I want to ask Randy Pearl and Katrina Flanagan and Tanya Pruitt and Yari Davis and Nancy Pearson and Nicole Perkins and Sarah Borders and Shannon Daniels. You ladies would stand and let us recognize the coaches' wives and thank you so much for your commitment and support. I'm already kind of in a bad way, but I'm going to get through this, okay? Look, you want to be successful, surround yourself with great people. That's the bottom line. And I've got the best coaching staff in the country. I've got a group of very talented, very hardworking, very loyal, very committed men. I try to hire great fathers and great teachers and great coaches that need to do other aspects of the job. I'm just so proud of them. I'm proud of the way they work together. I'm proud of the way they challenge each other. I'm proud of the way they support each other. It's unbelievable. And let me tell you, it's something for the players to see us work together and get along and accept each other for our strengths and tolerate each other for our differences. Our guys are out there working hard, they're doing it the right way, and they're continuing to find great young men that want to try to beat Auburn men. I'm just telling you, when I sell out there, I tell these young men, if you want to focus on your books, and your basketball, your bodies, and your Bible, come on, this is going to be a great place if you come and go to work and train. And I think that's true of my coaching staff. I'm not going to, I'll tell you what, why don't we just do this? Some of these guys are going to come up and talk. Some of them aren't going to come up and talk. If the Auburn basketball coaching staff would please stand up and let you guys recognize it, that would be great. Coaches? We'll talk a little bit more about the players, because this is all about the players' banquet. You know what? These guys are a very, very special group. They want to make history. They were willing to sacrifice. They were willing to tolerate each other. They were willing to trust each other, to rely on each other. It was, they were bound and determined to do this. And they played beautiful basketball too. Just from a pure standpoint of moving the ball and making the extra pass and making teammates better and playing with great intensity. It was a special group. And I think by the results, one of the best groups that I've ever had. And so we're very, very grateful to them. We'll honor our players tonight. And I think as much as anything, and I think, Jeff, you hit the nail on the head. How often do you have an opportunity to make history? And the kind of special history that our student athletes made in victory and defeat will be remembered forever. Grateful to you. Warrior.
Staring at you from afar, analyzing every scar. Asking myself how we got here. Remember, this is who we are. I am not here for revenge. I did not come to make amends. Not here to repent for my sins. I just came here to win. I just came here to end. I just came here to fight. Show you everything you said I couldn't be. It came overnight. This for the blood, this is for the tears, this is for my brain on play. Two walk in, but only one of us is walking out of here tonight.
Time to recognize the 2018-19 Auburn Tigers, starting with the managers, and our inaugural Student Manager of the Year Award, which will be presented by video coordinator Ian Borders. Now, as we call each name, please come up to the stage, and for the managers, we will hold our applause until the end. First, Joe Deppel. Miles Hendrick. Maddox Jeffries, Matt Kelly, Jonathan Ligon, Zach Marshall, Sam McIntosh, Equipment Manager Hannah Miller, Peter Bill, Trace Patterson, Rob Piper, Austin Reynolds, Michael Shelby, Ben Singletary, and Michael Wilmot, the Auburn manager. video coordinator Ian Borbers.
Warrior. Got a few people I'd like to thank before I give the award. First off, Corey Edwards, just for his efforts with the Aubie program and having Aubie at all the things that we do is obviously he's really energetic and kind of helps us do everything. Jeff Handel. Could Jeff Handel stand up? A lot of people think video coordinator is the videographer, and I get a statement for that quite often. All these videos that you guys see during the game and on the board here and all the time during social media that's all Jeff Handel. And it's incredible what he does and what he brings to Auburn basketball. So I just want to give that. Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. Lastly, these managers. Somebody once told me that usually when there's a big crowd of people or there's a leader kind of walking forward, usually the people that kind of walk behind are the ones that carry the hardest workload. I think that stands true with all of these guys. When you guys see us walk out that tunnel, you see the managers usually with their clipboards walking shortly behind us as a staff. They're ready to go to work. That's not even including the people that are up there filming or the people that are behind the baskets with their mops and the people that are in the back cutting the game for us so we can have it ready to show coach immediately after the game. These guys do an unbelievable job. I think it says a lot that our head coach started as a student assistant, and he was one of those guys that just was a tireless worker, and you can see what he's done in every single program that he's taken and been in charge of. Just give these guys all a round of applause because they're true. With that said, we could go in a variety of directions with this, but I want to give the Manager of the Year award to Michael Willie Wilmot.
Well, first off, I just want to say thank you. Our staff here gives us all just a really good opportunity. Not a lot of staffs in the country allow their managers to really be behind the scenes as much as we get to be, or even have this many managers. So it's really been just a really cool opportunity to work under Coach Pearl, all the staff, working with all the players. So just want to say thank you.
Thank you, managers. And now for the student athletes. They will be receiving their letter winner awards. We'll go freshmen to seniors here. First, a freshman from Auburn, Alabama, Preston Cook. A freshman from Madison, Alabama, Miles Parker. A freshman from Lakewood Ranch, Florida, Chase Masdorf. A sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, Chuma Okiki. A sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama, Jamal Johnson. A junior from Mableton, Georgia, Jared Harper. A junior from Centerville, Alabama, Dangel Purifoy. A junior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Samir Dowdy. A junior from New Orleans, Louisiana, Javon McCormick. A junior from Alabama, Devontae Williams. A junior from Birmingham, Alabama, Will McCoy. A junior from Warren, Georgia, Anthony McLemore. A junior from Hoover, Alabama, Austin Wiley. A junior from Birmingham, Alabama, Thomas Collier. And now to the seniors. A senior from Killen, Alabama, Cole Blackstock. A senior from North Augusta, South Carolina, Malik Dunbar. A senior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Horace Spencer. And a senior from Stone Mountain, Georgia, Bryce Brown. The 2019 Auburn Tigers. Now, before this Final Four team heads back to their seats, rumor has it that it's about that time to see some of the musical talents on this team. We got a video to play, and maybe, just maybe, open mic night. We'll see.
I don't know why y'all always want me to sing. I can't even sing for real. I'm saying. You believe something? All right. Let's get this dog back, baby. Let's get it. Let's get this dog back, baby. Let's get it. Let's get this dog back, baby.
We've got one more musical number here. One of the most viral moments on social media during Auburn's run to the Final Four was discovering Will McCoy's keyboard magic in hotel lobbies from Nashville to Salt Lake to Kansas City to Minneapolis. And for a demonstration, let's listen to Maestro McCoy. Underclassmen, you may be seated. Seniors, if you'll gather around Mr. Godfrey here. I think we have a new band, Boys to Auburn Men. So Cole, Malik, Horace, and Bryce, if you'll gather in front of the stage here, for the Letterman's Club Award, presented tonight by Auburn Basketball Letterman Club member from the 1986 Elite Eight team, the man who prepared Charles Barkley for the SEC and the NBA, the very inspirational Gary Godfrey.
I'm not sure how to follow that, but, you know, us all former players, and there's many that are here tonight, we represent the history of Auburn basketball, over 100 years of Auburn history. And the thing that I love about this team, first of all, that it's such a great team. You can tell they love being around each other. Is that their mission this whole year was unfinished business and making history. And boy, you guys made history. Without any doubt, any statistical category, every little bit you can, this by far is the greatest team in Auburn basketball history. And as former players, we just wanted to say, first of all, we can't be more proud of what you guys have accomplished. And also just to say thank you for what you've accomplished. And all four of you as seniors You've gone from where the program wasn't at its best to the mountaintop. And that's just fantastic, and we can't be more appreciative. By the way, all of us are pulling out all of our old Auburn basketball shirts, and we're wearing them proudly. We're wearing them proudly right now, so thank you very much. As we talk about history, we're going to be putting up, Al, we may need a bigger arena, by the way, because we're going to run out of banner space. We're going to be putting up a bunch of new banners this year. If you'll allow me to digress just for a second, because I may never have the opportunity to do this again. You look around and you look at all the banners and all the history, and we've got a lot of great history. And this year we'll be putting up a bunch of banners, including the Final Four banner, which is phenomenal. But I would say that if you look up here, there's two men that have a lot of responsibility, were a big part of creating a lot of these banners that are up here. And I would love to see us find a way to honor Coach Joe Champion and Coach Sonny Smith, who are long overdue to be recognized for the accomplishments that they've had here. And I just want to personally thank each of them for what they've done. But with that, each of you as seniors, you guys have just been great leaders and represented Auburn and Auburn basketball to the point we couldn't be more proud of you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary, and thank you for what you've meant to Auburn and what you mean to Auburn, for your attitude and for your courage and for your fight. Gary Godfrey. Throughout the season, Auburn student-athletes were recognized by the Southeastern Conference with multiple honors, as well as one Auburn Tiger who joined the 1,000-point club, and Auburn Tigers who made history all year long. So please welcome to the stage, to honor them, the hardest working man in media relations, Cody Boga.
All right, thanks for adjusting the mic there, Jeff. So first of all, I just want to, first I want to congratulate Coach Pearl and his staff on getting raises. I was really fired up about it too, to find that everybody's getting raises, but then this is what I was getting. All right, a little bit better. So first I want to do a few thank yous. First to our photographers, Wade Rackley and Kat Wofford. Wade's actually gone, but Kat is here taking photos. Does a terrific job as always. Thank you. Thank you for the images. I also want to thank the stat crew who takes stats from the game, as well as Kathy Harker. If you want to see somebody work hard, that's Kathy Harker. She's back there controlling the whole shebang. She does it all. So thank you, Kathy. Also, we give a shout out to our radio crew. I know some of them are gone, but we got Sonny here. Of course, he'll carry the show like he always does. So I want to thank Rod and Sonny and Brad Law and Chris Davis, of course, for the radio crew. I also want to thank Scott Scroggins. Scott actually made it here. Shout out, Scott, where you at? Right there. What's up, Scott? Hey, this guy, he made me look real good. He's the backbone behind all the good notes that you see, all the good nuggets. That's Scott Scroggins right there. So thank you, Scott. Also, want to give a shout out to the student workers who helped me out. Grant and Amanda. Grant and Amanda are here somewhere. I just saw them, but I just want to say thank you. You guys were huge in helping during home games, during the away games, during the office. I really appreciate it. And last but not least, I want to thank my rock, my fiance Kelsey, who made it right here. As everybody knows, I definitely outkick my coverage. And of course, as Coach Pearl's mentioned before, traveling can be very hard, but Kelsey's been there the whole way, and I really appreciate that. And we actually we're getting married this summer, I think, right? Okay, yeah, she hasn't left me yet, so we're gonna hang on to that, so thank you, Kelsey. All right, so now we're going to get to the fun stuff, the awards. First, we got 3 guys who were recognized by the SEC. First one has already been up here. Chuma, hate to do this to you, but we got to bring you up here again, please. Chuma was named the SEC Player of the Week. After the first week of the season, he had 19.5 points per game, 9.5 rebounds per game, had 3.5 assists, shot 64% from the field, 75% from three-point line. Obviously, it goes on and on and on. Against South Alabama and Washington. He was also named to the SEC All-Tournament Team, where he averaged over 10 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, shot over 44% from the field. He did that all when we played 4 games in 4 days, and his biggest performance came in the championship game when we needed him most, 18 points and 13 rebounds against Tennessee. All right, as Chuma takes 20 minutes to get back to his seat, I'd like to bring up Jared Harper next, please. Jared Harper. Jared was named All-SEC second team. He was also named the SEC All-Tournament Team. He averaged 15 points a game, 5 assists a game, 2.5 rebounds a game, and shot over 36% from 3, and also made a big one against Florida. And also, we have another award to give out. Jared scored his 1,000th point this season against Murray State. He became the 38th player in program history to reach 1,000 points, and he's the only player in program history with 1,400 points and 500 assists. Jared Harper. Hey, Pat, we're going to do a bigger trophy case. All right, last one, bring up Bryce Brown. Bryce is named SEC Player of the Week, and he averaged over 20 points a game, or 3 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game, while we were in Maui. And while we were there, he also broke the Auburn career record for 3-pointers. Bryce was also named SEC Tournament MVP when he averaged over 16.5 points and shot 43% from the field, including 42% from three-point arc, and he also set an SEC tournament record with 18 threes. Congratulations, Bryce. All right, I'm going to take my raise and leave. Thanks, War Eagle.
Don't spend it all in one place. Our next 2 awards will take us off the court for what matters most, the academic accomplishments of these student athletes. Here to present the Bill Lynn Academic Award is Assistant AD for Auburn's Student Athlete Support Services, Courtney Gage, and the daughter of the late Bill Lynn, Jennifer Bay Lynn Allison.
This year's award winner is just days away from graduation. Throughout his time at Auburn, he's rarely needed my help, which is kind of sad for me because, as most of his teammates can attest to, I do like to micromanage student athletes. However, he's been determined throughout his whole academic career. I've always been impressed how laid back and casual he seems when most students would struggle with the course load he had. I could not be more proud of the effort, dedication, tenacity of the student athlete while managing his dual role as a collegiate scholar and athlete, and how he's represented the Auburn family, his family, the community. He might not have gotten the most playing time, but he's absolutely made the most of his career, graduating with a degree in electrical engineering with a cumulative GPA of 3.14. And although I don't have any more scheduled weekly meetings with him, I will miss our often run-ins at Target. So the winner of the Bill Lynn Academic Award is Full Blackstock.
I just want to thank the coaches and the whole Auburn family for giving me the opportunity to be here and just earn my degree and get the opportunity to play basketball with such a great group of guys. Thank you, War Eagle.
Our next award was established in honor of retired Senior Associate Athletics Director for Student Athlete Support Services, Dr. Gary Waters. He's here to present the Rising Waters Academic Award. Dr. Waters?
It is a true honor to be here this evening and help recognize a very special young man who just completed his senior year on the Auburn basketball team. And this young man is obviously competing at the highest levels athletically. He's done the same thing academically. This is the second time in 3 years that he's receiving this award. On Monday evening at the Auspies, this young man received the Student Athlete Support Services Academic Achievement Award. That award is given to one student athlete out of the entire population of student athletes. So I am very, very pleased to ask Mr. Horace Spencer to come forward and be recognized.
I just want to thank everybody for being here. Y'all look wonderful. It's been a long 4 years for me and Bryce. Just being able to come to Auburn, be able to get a degree, first one in my family, is just a really big deal. And I'm proud of myself. What are you behind me?
Our next award is presented by Auburn basketball strength and conditioning coach. He's finishing his 7th season here on the Plains, and he's here to present the Iron Tigers Award. Please welcome Coach Damon Davis.
War Eagle. First, I'd like to take a moment and just thank the seniors, thank Cole, Malik, Bryce, Horace. It's like I told the players after we won the SC regular season last year, all I can really do for these guys is provide the blueprint. They're the ones that, they have to wake up at 6:30 in the morning to do conditioning. They're the ones that gotta come into the weight room when they're sore and go to bed and get up and eat breakfast and do the things that ultimately are gonna lead to their success. And, I've been blessed to, work with such a special group of guys, and it was obviously amazing to culminate into a special season. And then I'd also like to thank Coach Pearl, who obviously gives me great ownership in the program and great trust in what we do, and the administration for giving us a top-notch training facility to give these guys the best training that we can. So thank you very much. Some other people that I'd like to thank are sports dietitians, because the importance of proper fueling for recovery and performance starts with the hard work that our sports dietitians do. They work diligently to maintain quality access to fuel for our athletes, and they also help provide great education for educating our guys on what to eat, when to eat, and just being a great resource for us. So I would like to thank Marie Pesacreta, Leah Rittmeyer, and Carrie Terry for their support this season. Thank you to our sports dietitians. It is our goal to give each player elite training and coaching for the safest and most productive training environment possible. My assistant, Josh Washington, has been vital in helping us reach this goal. Josh also receives our student interns Brady Purton, Bradley Karn, and Danico Jackson, who helped us through the season and supported our run. Josh, please stand up and recognize Josh Washington. I believe this is a practical world, and I can count on only what I earn, therefore I believe in work, hard work. It's a great opening to the Auburn Creed and a great mindset to developing as a student athlete. Training to compete at the highest level in collegiate basketball takes year-round dedication, sacrifice, discipline from these young men to reach their fullest potential. This award is given to the athlete that displays the highest level of dedication to improvements in their off-court physical development throughout the yearly training process. The attributes that the recipient of this award displays are consistency to perform all aspects of training with the highest quality and effort. Athletes who display positive habits consistently within all aspects of their training and recovery will also have greater consistency to their performance on the court. I've had a strong bond with this year's recipient since he signed as one of BP's first recruits, and his work ethic and toughness were evident, especially after leaving the Kentucky game this year with a gash above his eye, only to return with stitches in what felt like seconds. Good job, Dr. Goodley, whoever was stitching him up. That was quick. And it was a great picture. Whoever got that picture of the blood streaming down the horse's face. Horace averaged 4.2 points, 4 rebounds this year, and was always willing to do whatever the team needed to win the game, including developing a 3-point shot this offseason. Horace, I wasn't joking on that. I thought that one of Kentucky was going in. It just left. The Iron Tiger this year displayed that consistency from the moment he arrived on campus 4 years ago and put it on display throughout his career, helping lead this class to the second winningest record in school history with 85 wins. I would like to recognize Horace Spencer, 2018-19 Iron Tiger Award winner.
Now I got something to say. Don't worry about it. I suffered on this 3-point shot. Feel me? Hey, I tried my hardest now. Not just playing. Hey, I really need to do some more thank yous. I need to thank my lovely lady Taylor for being here with me since 4 years ago. With my lovely woman, mother of my child, Amy Spencer, and Taylor Harper, probably be my wife one day. I can say that. Coaches, I probably have been one of the most stubborn players, but I appreciate y'all patience with me and always having faith in me and just being able to be the best that I possibly can be for Auburn. And I appreciate my teammates too, because my teammates, they did the grunt work. I feel like shooting all the shots, man. Hey, y'all made it rain, baby.
Basketball team right here, guys. It's a really good basketball team. A lot of really good players, a lot of character, a lot of heart, a lot of weapons, a lot of dimensions. Okay, you beat a historic program. Y'all came here for this, right? We got a lot of work to do. We got 4 more. We got 4 more. We got 4 more. Yes, sir.
Our first individual award goes to Auburn's Most Improved Player, and it will be presented by a man who has been with BP literally since day one. 5 seasons on the staff here at Auburn, the past 2 as an assistant coach. Please welcome Coach Stephen Pearl.
Oregon. A couple thank yous first. Senior Associate Athletic Director over at the Academic Building, Dr. Catherine Flynn. All the coaching, all the workouts, all the lifting means nothing if these kids can't stay eligible. And we have the best academic support group in the entire country. They're patient. Oh my God, they're patient. I texted Courtney the other day. I was like, I don't know how you do your job. They're driving me crazy, chasing them around. But at the end of the day, it's all worth it. So Dr. Flynn, thank you so much for your leadership and all of your support. And then in addition, Associate Athletic Director Courtney Gage, you're the best in the business. The best. We wouldn't want anyone else helping our kids out, helping our team out. She'll drive you crazy sometimes, and she'll text you, and she'll text you again, and she will text you again, and then she'll call you. She ain't afraid to call you now. She'll call you. The other day I was heading into the office, and I looked at my Apple Watch, and you only get like the first part of the text message, and it said, emergency, emergency. I said, somebody died? I was like, I pulled over, pulled my phone out, and she said, Dangel's 30 minutes late to the SABC. And I was like, oh, okay. He's still got 15 minutes before he's on time. It's all good. So to Dangel's credit, he showed up, worked for 5 hours, Courtney, worked for 5.5 hours, got his project done, knocked it out. So that's the type of work, the type of dedication that she puts into her craft. She cares, she loves these kids, as much as her own. And the amount of time she puts into making sure that they are, eligible, making sure that they, advance towards that degree and make something of that degree is really special, and we can't thank you enough. Thank you, Courtney. All right, this next one, bear with me. Pierre Godfrey, in the Letterman's Club, we'll just start there. Pierre, you've been there since day one, man. Since day one. Rallying the former Auburn basketball players to come back and support this team and this staff. When I think of bravery, when I think of a warrior, I think of you. And after we beat Alabama for the second time, you can't spell the whole time that 2 L's. Print that, put that on Twitter. You can send that to their new head coach. All right. After we beat Alabama for the second time, Gary showed up in our office as we were breaking down film on Tennessee, trying to figure out how we were going to beat these guys. And he walks in, and we're all excited. Like, Gary, what's up, man? Like, come sit down, come watch film with us. Come help us figure out how to beat the balls. And he sits down and he pulls a couple things out of his pocket. He pulls out his ALS pin, and he pulls out some wristbands. And we started wearing them in the next game. And we didn't lose that whole month because we had something more to fight for. We were fighting for our brother. And we wore this throughout the SEC tournament. We wore it throughout the NCAA tournament. I was even in Salt Lake City, and I pulled out my bag, and I didn't have my pin. I was like, shit, Carol, please. I hope Carol has more pins. And there she was in the lobby with a pin for me. And was just there and had it ready, and we wore these things throughout the tournament, and it was just a little extra reminder of what this was all about. And I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for us. We love you and Carol like family. So thank you and all of your support from the Letterman's Club, and chin up, love up, spirits up. Love you, man. Jeremy Roberts is next. Last year we talked about the NCAA tournament, arrangements. They were awesome out in San Diego, and then we got our asses kicked by 30 in the second round. I felt really bad about how good the food was because it was really good. The second round didn't go very well, but this year, obviously, a quick turnaround from Salt Lake City to Kansas City. You know, JR, you were nails the entire time, man. You were all over it. First class all the way. You know, it got a lot of fun as the tournament went on. The more policemen we had escorting us to the interstate every single week, so that was a lot of fun for us. And you know, you were just on top of everything. And you know, if Mike Burgomaster had remembered to bring basketballs to our first practice in Salt Lake City, it would have been perfect. But that's not your fault, JR. So, JR, thank you so much, man. You were fantastic. This whole postseason. Thank you. All right, and then Chris Duck Davis with Fox Sports. We won't get into the nickname, but BP, you know, calls. Actually, we can get into the nickname. Chris was a stand-in mascot in Miami for the Hurricanes, and so BP always calls him Duck. But you proudly spread the word on Auburn athletics. You proudly spread the word on Auburn basketball, and you wear it on your chest, and it means something to you. And that's why we have so much support and so much money coming in. Just support Auburn athletics, because we have a great leader like you to spread the word. So Chris, thank you so much. Most Improved Player Award. So the guy that's getting this has had it all along. His numbers may have improved, his role may have improved, but we've known since day one how special this kid was and how important he would be to our success. Here's some of the notes. Nearly doubled his scout scoring output from 7.5 points as a freshman to 12 points per game as a sophomore. Boga, I don't know if you know math, but 7.5 times 2 is 15. That's not doubling your scoring output, but that's just me. But 7.5 to 12 points on a team that's, you know, a top 5 offensive efficiency team in the country. It's really impressive. You know, averaged 15 points and 7 rebounds per game in the NCAA tournament. This kid was the best player in the NCAA tournament before he went down. He was the best player before he went down. He racked up 69 steals, which is the third most in single-season history at Auburn. He made the SEC All-Tournament team and Midwest Regional All-Tournament team. And then when he went out, our kids continued to play for him. So it was just like he was on the court with us. We finished the game against North Carolina. We beat Kentucky. Should have beat Virginia, but our kids had a sole purpose, and that was to play for this guy, Chumo Kiki. You want to stay on that? All right. I'll just say what Chuma would probably say. Thank you. War Eagle. Big Chuma out.
Thank you, Chuma. Coach Burrow, thank you very much. Our next presenter just got thrown under the bus by Stephen Burrow. He's been with Auburn basketball since 2016. He's a huge part of the team's success off the court. And here to present the John Mangel Free Throw Award is Assistant Director of Basketball Operations, Mike Burgomaster, honoring John Mangelt, Auburn legend and member of the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame and NBA veteran.
War Eagle. All right, so I'm going to start with a few things as well. I want to start first with Anna Thompson, Taylor Kerr, and the arena event staff. You know, this all couldn't have happened without their efforts, so we're really appreciative of what they do for us each day. I want to thank John Perkins, Dan Marquez, Tracy Tanner, and the entire equipment staff. You know, we couldn't have had the success that we had this year without them supplying us with all the gear that we need on a day-in and day-out basis. So let's put the over. I also want to thank Dan Early Confetti Heck, as I like to call him. I know that happened last year, but I still like to bring it up. and the marketing staff. I want to thank Ben Thomas, Steve Maddox, and all of the facilities people. We have 3 teams in this building, and they work so hard to change everything over from events like this to volleyball practice, to basketball practice. From the Hospies Monday night, it's been Banquet week for them. They work really hard. I want to thank Scott Carter and game management for everything going so smooth this year in all of our home games. And I want to thank Kevin Ortiz and the graphics department for all the hard work that he does. So now to introduce John Mengel, who's going to give this award in his name. John is a 2-time All-American, 3-time All-SEC selection here at Auburn. He holds the single game record for most points when he scored 60 against Alabama. He's first all-time in scoring average at 25 basically points per game. And the reason that the free throw award is in his name is he's the first all-time in free throws made and the first all-time in free throws attempted here at Auburn. So, John Mengel.
For all you little guys, I always wanted to be 6'5". Now I am, unfortunately. Wow, it's really hard to say much more that's been said about this team and this season. But I'd like to say a couple of things. First of all, as a former player many, many moons ago, I'd like to thank all of you here tonight and all the Auburn basketball supporters. It's great to see everybody at the game, and the game finally appreciated the way it should be at this wonderful university. And I can tell you unequivocally that the support really, really helps the players a lot. So you ought to give yourself a hand. Speaking of players, as a former old beat-up Cager, you guys really made hoops fun for me again. As a player, you always want to get out there and play, so when you go to games and watch them, they're usually not much fun. But I've enjoyed it the last 2 years as much as I ever enjoyed playing the game itself. The season, the SEC Tournament Championship, the ride to Minneapolis was just great. But to me, it was more about your tenacity, your selflessness, the passion of which you played this game every night. Your effort and fortitude were the most enjoyable to experience and obviously extensively rewarded. So thank you guys very, very much for that. I appreciate it as an old beat-up player. Bruce, you and I converse a lot. Thanks again to you and your staff for really making basketball even more relevant here at Auburn. I was told that there were over 10,000 people at Toomer's Corner after the Kentucky game. That is just unbelievable. And if that doesn't prove basketball being relevant, I'll tell you another story. After the North Carolina game, I came back here and I was having lunch at the hotel. Of course, I had my Auburn basketball shirt on, right? And the lady said, did you play basketball? And I said, well, a little. She said, did you watch the game? And I said, well, I was lucky enough to be there. And I said, did you watch the game? And she said, well, kind of. And I said, well, what does kind of mean? She says, well, I was at a fraternity party. Of course, it's a Saturday night at Auburn in the spring. And I'm at a fraternity party, and the band's playing, and they had a big screen TV, and everybody's kind of glancing over to the TV. And then about 4 minutes into the game, everybody started kind of migrating toward the TV. And then about 2 minutes later, the president of the fraternity told the band to stop playing and turn the sound up. Now, if you can stop a fraternity spring party here at Auburn, you're relevant, baby. You are relevant. Seniors, Malik and Horace and Bryce, and those of you who maybe are striving for that next level and may leave, thanks a lot, man. Chase those dreams, guys. It is a dream to play a game I know you love. Chase it as far as possible. I know you probably, like me, dreamed about it since you were in your backyard. at 9 years old. And by the way, Cole, you got a dream to chase too. It may be different, but it's the same for you. I know somebody said a while ago that they had their hotel rooms in Atlanta. I've already got tickets too. So y'all have raised the bar pretty high, and I hope to see you all in Atlanta next year. If I could say a couple, 3 more things, especially to the guys that might be leaving. Number 1, surround yourself with people who want to give more than take, and you do the same for them. Save and invest your money with entities that have more to lose than you do. And lastly, prepare for life after basketball. You know, even if you're lucky and you play till you're 34, 35, like I did, you still have almost 50 years to live. And you need something that will get you out of bed every morning and be an important part of your life. However, I will tell you, if you do it with the same selflessness, tenacity, and passion that you exhibited this season, you will be very successful. Godspeed to all of you. And if I can ever be of help in any way, never, never hesitate to call me, please. Now I'd like to present the free throw award. This guy not only was a great free throw shooter, but he was the best clutch free throw shooter I've ever seen. That award goes to Jared Harper.
to our next award. Our next presenter has been with Auburn basketball's program since Coach Pearl arrived in 2014. He's an indispensable part of the day-to-day operations of all aspects of the program. And here to present the sixth-man award is Director of Operations, Chad Pruitt.
War Eagle. In case you can't tell, this was obviously a very, very special year with a bunch of great guys. And Coach, I think back to our first year, and some of the guys that we had. Courtney thinks she had to work hard this year. I mean, some of the guys we had that first year, we just trying to wake them up every day. It's just amazing how far this has come. And I want to kind of start off by just thanking God. God's favor was on this group. God, in Deuteronomy it says that God will personally go before you. When I think about this season, I think about this group of players and coaches, and folks around us in every area. God went before us. He personally went before us and paved the way. Just all thanks go to God. Tanya and my three girls, my rock. I know Cody said that as well, but my rock and the real head coach of the crew is Tanya, and I just say thank you. Love you guys so much. I'm going to go through a couple of things first. I want to first start. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, what have you been doing with your time off? And I said, oh no, I'll let you know when that happens. And because it hadn't happened yet. And, I told BP this today. I said, Coach, we haven't worked this hard since that first year. And Coach will never say this about himself, but I'm going to tell you, he's taken one afternoon off since we've been back. One afternoon. It's just been unbelievable how he's grinding. And I'm going to tell you, Wes Flanagan just got back on. I'm going to just say a little bit of this, Coach, I got to say. So Wes went with Coach for a couple of days, and he went all over the country recruiting and talking to young men about playing for the Auburn Tigers. And he said, Coach, we have like 30 minutes, and Coach is trying to find something else to do. I said, look, that's how we roll. We've been doing that for the last 5 years. And, if we go to Birmingham for an event, we're going to stop in Alexander City, Chicago. We're going to meet about 700 people in Birmingham, and that's just what we do. And I love the fact that our head coach sets the bar for us, and the way his work ethic is incredible. And I think we ought to give him a big hand for that. I've got several other thank yous that I'm going to go through real quick, and if you would, I'm just going to ask you if you just stand up, and then we'll give you a pause at the very end. My list may be a little bit longer than some of the other guys. I just want to make sure we don't miss anybody. So if I call your name, please stand up. The officers of the Tip-Off Club, Johnny and Eric Ellis and Philip, Sherry Stanley, Billy Vaughn, the Tip-Off Club, and I know we talked a little bit about the Tip-Off Club already, but the Tip-Off Club has been the backbone of our program, and they were with us from the beginning, and guys, I love you. I've spent a lot of time with you. I know you guys gave a lot of credit to Anna. Anna did a great job with Taylor Bear and the arena events, but you guys did a great job as well. Thank you, Tip-Off Club. Cody Cheney. Where's Cody? Unbelievable. I'm telling you, you want to talk about one of the best in the business. This is one of the best in the business. And Cody Cheney gets those, we tip off at 7 o'clock, and I'm giving him a 6:55 text that we need 6 tickets, to a sold-out game. And Cody, you've been incredible, and all the work that you and your staff have done, especially as we went through this run. And I know a lot of times people just figure tickets just end up places, but thank you for all your hard work and go before us. Thank you, Cody. I know Michelle Scholl is not here, but Michelle handles all the travel for all the coaches and does an incredible job. And again, one of those things we may, if we have a Friday event, we may change it 6 times during the week to Friday, and she's done a great job, and I just appreciate her so much. Misty Higgs, Lisa Lee in the business office. Misty's probably still waiting on about 10 receipts from me. I'll get those as soon as I can. I'm sorry, Misty. Zach Springer with the budget. Thank you for keeping us on budget, and that's not always easy. Kenny Frazier. Is Kenny here? Kenny is our security and does a great job with us in so many different areas. He represents, I think, Auburn University and Auburn Police so well. Nancy Alexander with the Ball Boys, and Ian works with them and the managers of the Ball Boys. I want to say a special thanks for you guys as well. All right, now to the awards. I am going to give the 6-man award this year. And this young man came to us this year, and first year with us, and immediately made an impact. And I'm going to tell you, if you play the point guard position, you know that Coach has about 612 plays, and it's not always easy to know if he's shaking it or if it's across or in or whatever he's doing. And I think this young man would probably say that it was tough to kind of learn the entire playbook, but he changed the game. And I'm going to read a couple things that I put down about him, and it was just unbelievable. We were 24-3 when he played 10 or more minutes this year. Now you probably asked why the coaching staff didn't figure that out earlier and play him a little bit more. He played his best basketball during the 12-game winning streak, scored in double figures 3 of his last 5 games. Our 6th Man of the Year award goes to Javon McCormick.
I just want to give thanks to my teammates for giving me trust and believing in me. Big shout out to Coach West for giving me a chance to come from junior college and just giving me confidence to play at this big level, SEC. War Eagle.
Thank you, Coach, and congratulations, Javon. Our next presenter is finishing his first season on the staff and is someone who knows what it means to wear the orange and blue in the SEC on the court for the Auburn Tigers. Here to present the Mike Mitchell Courage Award is Letterman and assistant coach Wes Flanagan. And here to assist Coach Flanagan is one of the many masters of impressions on this team, Samir Dowdy. So Samir, let's have your best, Coach Flanagan.
We're going to start off this right here, just like this. We're going to get the basketball, we're going to take it below the knees. One dribble cross. One dribble cross.
War Eagle. I said War Damn Eagle. Man, what a ride. You know, I see a lot of people out here, see a lot of Auburn men, a lot of women. You know, a year ago, about this time, I was an unemployed coach, an unemployed father, an unemployed husband. And the first person I would like to thank, out of a lot of people that I got to thank tonight, is obviously the man upstairs. Because for Wes Flanagan, he's always paved the way for me. Through the good, through the bad, he's always brought back some positivity in my life. You know, obviously this year, being a part of this program and being a part of this university, you know, it was a dream come true. Second person I would like to thank is my beautiful wife, the one that keeps me in check, Katrina, and my son, Colin. You guys stand up. Can you please give them a round of applause? Obviously, like a lot of husbands out here, there's probably one person that you're afraid of. You know, you're not afraid of snakes, probably not afraid of a bear, you're not afraid of no man, but you are afraid of your wife. She's always been there for me, been strong for us, been strong for my family, has sacrificed for me and my family, and I appreciate you for the train of love. BP probably get tired of this. I thank him probably every day, and I can't explain to you, BP, how much you know, I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to come back. For a number of years, once I finished playing, I always tried to come back. A lot of different coaches didn't think I was good enough, but I just kept at it. And me and Pete got along, you know, through text messages for a while. Never really got a chance to meet each other. One time in the Final Four, I sat down and interviewed me, we talked. I really didn't feel good about getting the job, but I knew at some point, if I could just get in front of him, at some point I would get an opportunity. When I got let go at Little Rock, I texted and he responded. And they were in the middle of the SEC tournament. And he just told me, he said, Coach, as soon as we're done, I'm gonna reach out to you. And one thing that I value is loyalty. He knows this. One thing I value is loyalty, and I value a man of his word. And I watched our team lose that night. And that next morning, about at 9, 10 o'clock, BP was ringing my phone. And Coach, I thank you for making the call. Around the office and in the locker room, they called me uncle. And I don't know if that's because of my gray hair. I don't know if it's because I put on about 50 pounds since I played. I don't know if it's because I get a little grumpy sometimes. You know, there's two things that make me grumpy, and I think our guys know this. Number one, I gotta always eat on time. You know, I want to thank my staff, the guys that's been there through thick and thin with us. I want to thank you guys for always quenching my thirst and obviously touching my stomach. To our players, one thing they know I don't like, one thing that makes me really, really grumpy is when we lose. And you guys, I want to tell you this, man. For as long as I live, right, I've been a part of winning. As a player and as a coach. And I can't tell you how much fun you guys let me have this year, just being a part of you guys, in the locker room, being another Auburn basketball player again, even at 44. I appreciate you guys, and I love you for that. Make a new shot. Stand up wherever you are. Make it here, over here to the left. Obviously, as a staff, we always need somebody to kind of keep us, so to speak, organized. And I'm one of the lead recruiters, one of the guys that bring in, you know, numerous amounts of recruits, you know, their parents. It's obviously a lot of kids running around. So on a typical football Saturday, you know, we may have 30, 40, you know, guests or visitors on campus. And me and Steve and Chad and Coach Burrell are running around like crazy, helter-skelter. And Megan, we want to thank you for always keeping us organized and keeping everybody in line. Thank you. To our medical staff, Dr. Goodley, Dr. Abdullah, and Clark, where you guys at? Stand up, please. Obviously, I want to thank you guys for always supporting our players, being there for them, helping them through the good times and the bad times when they're not feeling good. Obviously, Dr. Goodley, you being here when I was a player. When I went through my bout with bone cancer, Dr. Goodley was one of those guys in that room that gave me that bad news one day, that day. Obviously, Clark, we see you every day. And again, I'm an old fellow that's trying to keep my weight down because I'm afraid that one day my wife might put me out. So I'm always trying to work out, you know, when I do have a little free time. Every now and then, you know, I get a little ache here, a little ache there. My knees get to hurt because I'm 50 pounds too heavy. And the first person I run to is Clark. So Clark, man, I thank you for putting up with me all year. Next, media. And obviously, I think another guy, probably Malik Dunbar, as you guys have all witnessed, he's always kind of taking over the cameras. He's probably the one that needs to be thinking I'm media. But obviously, our program has gotten to a new height, you know, thanks to the hard work of our staff, the hard work of our players, but also the people behind the scenes, you know, some of the people that I've thanked already. But our media have done an unbelievable job, you know, helping us, you know, reach new limits in terms of some of the things that we're putting out on our basketball players, some of the awards that we're getting. And so without further ado, Cody Vogel, Josh Wiesel, and Jeff Sherr, can we give these guys a round of applause? You know, one thing I always remember as a player, right? You're coming out of that tunnel, Bryce, you guys know this, right? You come out of that tunnel, right? Get ready to play that team, you may have a little jitters here or there, right? And then the first thing you hear when you come through that tunnel right there is that fight song, right? I mean, we went to the Final Four and to go out there before every practice and to hear that fight song, that was something that brought back a lot of fond memories for me. And so Letitia Durham, our cheerleaders, our pep band, Titan Paws, from Old Auburn, man, we'd like to thank you guys Obviously, as a player, when I came here, I always looked at those stat sheets, you know, some of those records that some of our former players had. And obviously, our players this year gave a lot of guys like myself and John Mengel and some of the guys that are here in this room a lot of pride in saying that we were Auburn Tigers at one point. Yeah, Gary, I still got the mercy on too. Where every day. Stay tough, Gary. Well, we always, you know, at some point, you know, have to get through things. You know, I've been through it. You know, a lot of you people that are sitting out there got something that you're probably going through. But I would just say, just stay tough. Just stay tough. Mike Mitchell is one of our former great players. A guy that was drafted 15 by the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, a guy that's second in our all-time scoring list. A guy that's an all-time leading rebounder. This next award, the Coors Award, is named after him. And for a guy like myself, you know, that went through bone cancer when I was here, people like you that picked me up, that got me through one of the toughest times of my life. You know, the Coors Award means a lot to me. I appreciate Chad and those guys thinking enough of me to present this award. Even from afar, when I wasn't here last year, there was a couple of guys that were going through some things just like myself that really they couldn't control. And even this year, being around those two guys, they were going through some things they couldn't control, whether it be them getting hurt, coming back to a lineup where we had other guys that kind of had carved out their niche, whether it be them being disciplined for something they had no control over. And the one thing they did, and we can't talk about stats, none of that, they're true Auburn men. The one thing they did is they stood tall for Auburn. They didn't transfer. They didn't talk about leaving. They stood tall for Auburn. True Auburn men. Their determination, their sacrifice, their willingness, you know, to give it up for their teammates, their patience is why these two guys will receive the Coors Award tonight. And I'm so proud I've been a part of their life. And hopefully I continue to be a part of their life for those two guys will be back working with us again next year, trying to get us back to Atlanta. The Courage Award goes to Austin Wiley and Denzel Pugh.
teammates and everybody that supported me and just stayed by my side as I went through those terrible times. And I just want to say I love y'all guys and thank y'all for being there for me and where you
I'd just like to thank my teammates, my parents over there, just everybody in here. I know y'all supported me through the tough times. It was a blessing being back out here with my teammates and everything, so I really appreciate that. And going off that, I'd like to announce that I'll be coming back next year.
Our next presenter needs no introduction. Kind of like John Mangel, when you are presenting an award that bears your name, you're kind of a big deal. So please welcome, until this year, the only coach to lead Auburn to the Elite Eight, Coach Sonny Smith.
I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to get up those dang steps. I'm here to present an award, and I don't know who. I don't even know his name. I want to tell you, honestly, 47 years of coaching, this was the most exciting team I've ever seen play basketball. The most exciting. The other thing I noticed, I went to a lot of practices and went to every game. The other thing I noticed, everybody liked everybody. I've never seen that on a team before. You can always tell when you got that one guy who thinks so-and-so's shooting too much, passing too much, falling down, not drinking enough, so whatever. But this team was closer, I think, than any team that I've ever seen. And I think when you look back on the season that they had, you're going to say, man, it's unbelievable what they were able to do. They're always the shortest team. They were the shortest team. Most teams outweigh them. But if you want to know why they won the way that they did, they had great leadership on the team, among teammates. I say this because I was in a lot of practices. But if you want to really know why this team was so good, I invite you, it's not my right to invite you, but the practices are open. Come sometimes when you've got time and watch a practice, and you'll see why these Auburn Tigers are special. They're coached as well as any team that I've ever seen. And it's exciting for what might be in the future because of the things that happened this year. The award that I present this year is to a guy I didn't know how good he really was until I started seeing scenes in the dressing room. He was a leader in everything good. I don't know this, but to me, he looked like the most popular guy on the team. To me, I thought he came, whatever the English was, I failed in 3 states. More than any player on the team, I thought he rose, followed with his talent and what he gave to the team. And I think that his heart was, I'm a real Auburn man, and I'm here to really help this team. And even though I never could remember his name, I called him Fred half the year. I wish you could give the Sonny Smith Award to Malik Dunbar, one of my most favorite players. Come on up here, Fred.
I want to thank our managers, everybody behind the scenes. My managers always come to the gym whenever we ask them to. Steve, BP, Flan, Coach, Keys. This the whole team. Coach Pruitt. I love y'all. We had some good times. This is like one of the best times of my life. I'll never forget this. I want to thank my mama, my grandma, Keisha. I love y'all. Boys, Austin, Miles, Jill, Samir, Vaughn, Jill over there, boys right there. I don't want to forget nobody. Austin, I say Austin Bryce. I love you, buddy. Jill. I love y'all. Jamal, Hope I didn't forget nobody. I said Miles. Oh, Tuma, I'm Tuma. Hey, Tuma, I love y'all. You know, it's like, we was close, man. It was like a family just out there playing with each other, like just playing with my brothers, man. I just enjoyed it. It's like, this really was the best time of my life, you know. And, you know, for us to make history together, you know, I'll never forget that, you know. I know that we got a brotherhood that's never going to end, you know, close. You know, we butt heads a lot. You know, you ain't like it sometimes. It's cool, you know, I love you, know. Hey, but yeah, I just want to thank everybody, all the fans, you know, the bands, the cheerleaders. I don't want to forget nobody. John, even though you been tripping, never want to give us no socks. Chill, give us some socks. You got 5 socks left. I had 5 socks. Now, I don't know. Clark, you know, Clark, you mean Clark. Y'all know Superman name was Clark too. One more I gotta say about Clark. I gotta say, I don't want to forget nobody. Who? Virgo, White, my fault, man. I don't want you to feel like I forgot you. I love you too, man. But yeah, I got to point at your line. I'm finna take all the time. This is my last time here. Everybody, Steve. I know I said Steve. I love you, Steve. Hey, it was a great time, man. I just enjoyed all this. I'm just soaking it up again. You know, we had some great times at the Auburn games. Coach Sweat threw his suits. You need to go out with some sweat. And you know, you was happy no more. It was like you playing with us. I don't forget nobody. Jim, I said Jim. I love you, Jim. My dog, man. Your dad, shout out to you too. You gave me a lot of points. You know, I just appreciate, you know, everything you did. No matter if it was a little or a lot, you know, you put the work out. You know, I appreciate it. You about killed me. It was the hardest work out of my life, but it was cool. I just don't want to forget nobody. Coach D, Coach D. Johnson, hey, Coach D, you know, I love y'all, man. I'm gonna miss y'all. Dang, I'm gonna miss you, man. I don't want to forget nobody. Bradley, Jeff, ooh, shout out to Jeff. Hey, we gotta come up with Jeff. Jeff talking to Jeff in the camera, man. Shout out to Jeff. I love you too, man. Courtney. Hold on, let me talk about Courtney real fast. Huh? Yeah. But you know, to the fans and stuff, we want to be gone. I ain't gonna be on the Auburn floor no more. You know, hey, Courtney, I love you too, no matter how many times you get on my nerve. Get on my nerve. Stop calling me, I'm about to change my number. But I know it's all out of love, and I appreciate you. You know, you could have been just said, you know, I don't care what you do. You know, you always just stay remind me, no matter how many times I ain't text back. You know, you still let me know I had work to do. I just appreciate you. I love you so much for everything that you done for us, all of us. You know, it's just we appreciate it. I don't want you to appreciate you at all because you definitely did. Just got on my nerves a little bit. Nobody forget. Cup up, Alan Green, hey. Shout out to you, man. I love you too. You got your son in the back. Where's right? Hey, Pete. Yeah, your son. Hey, there you go. That's the Alan Green right there. Shout out to Pete, man. I'm gonna miss you too. And I ain't say Ant. Hey, my fault, Ant. I love you too, brother. Who else? Randy. Oh, Randy, man. Shout out to you, man. I love you to death, man. You know, all us, you know, I can say that for all our guys, you know, whenever we was going through something, you know, no matter what it was, you never judged us, no matter what we said, you just one guy we can always just come through and just, you know, just give it real to you, you know, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, you know. I appreciate everybody from the bottom of my heart. You know, this is just a great time. And you too, man.
Before Coach Pearl comes back to present our final awards of the night, we have team impressions, I believe, by Horace and Dangel are going to give an impression of somebody you might recognize.
I gotta get my bag. I don't know how I get it. Oh boy. This is BP while he in the game. Say this whole thing is the sideline where the bench be at. All right. Punch! Get a club, man. Get a club. Hey, shake you up. CB. Shake you up. Shake. Take the jacket off. It's hot. Sweating. Max, use some water. Use some water. It's time. Throw it back out. There we go, dude.
I can probably do all the coaches for real. To be honest with you, I can do all of them. Flan. Denzel, you ready to get in the game? Yeah, coach, I'm ready to get in. All right, go to the table. Chuma just made a shot. Hey, come back. What's Steve at? Steve, I need something to throw. All right, just Steve, Steve will get up when BP send down. Get him out. Just get him out. Get him out. Who else I got? Oh, I can also do Clark too. Clark always on the end of the bench. Oh, good shot! Coach D. Who else I got? Nah, I'm gonna say BP for last. Ira don't really say much though. Ira too cool, he don't say much. Keith, what Keith said. Keith's real soft-spoken, he don't say too much. Oh man, when you get in the game, take advantage of your time in the game. Who else I got? Josh don't say much. Josh just be Josh. The managers, they just, Virgo. Oh my God. I need somebody to BBP so I can pull them back. And this is Steve while he's trying to get him. Virgo, go get him.
Somebody got a wild walk with so you get that turn around.
You getting the sweat? Oh God, I need some water.
You got blood jacket? Hey, y'all see BP's good get real red in the games? Hey, he did. That's somebody with a bad foul call. That's the table, the scorer's box. He don't never smack it hard. He always stop before he do it. He goes, nope. That's the table. That's the table.
When you fall out like this, they call a bad call. Oh. Done, man. That's all the coaches, man.
All right, folks, I don't know how you can follow that. We're here to give out the Coaches Award and the MVP Award to conclude our program. Auburn Coach Bruce Pearl.
If you've not been thanked, would you please stand? I'm glad you guys mentioned Randy. If you're ever looking for something to support, FCA is a great investment. because that's what this is all about, investing in these guys. That's what it's all about right here. Yeah, we need you to come to the games and travel with us a little bit, and it's a good time. But the bottom line is your support for Auburn allows us to do that. Right there. To see these guys, it's not where they start, it's where they finish. To prepare them to leave Auburn and represent Auburn and understand the responsibilities of doing that. So Randy, I'm glad you guys mentioned Randy. I want to thank Randy so much and the folks at FCA for putting God first, and just blessed that we can work in a place where we can talk about our Lord and give Him the credit and the praise and rely on and trust Him. And so we're just also very grateful for that. You know, when I was thanking the wives, I probably should have included my administrative assistant, Bridget, because you guys know the keys to the kingdom to get a hold of me is through my assistant, Bridget. And you know, Bridget, she does a phenomenal job for me. I trust her completely. She's mindful of me trying to do too much and protect me as best she possibly can. But her loyalty, I let her do it. I don't manage her. She manages me. And we all know that we have administrative assistants. That's so very important. So Bridget, I think you're here. Can we please recognize my assistant, Bridget Ray? Just a couple more things, and we're going to finish with our final awards. I think along the lines of surrounding yourself with great people, we've got a great coaching staff at Auburn. A great group of coaches in all of our sports, men and women. I learn from them. I support them. You know, this program is in really good hands. You know, from that standpoint, we're absolutely grateful. I'm also grateful to our leadership that allows us to do other things in the community, like the outlet program, Auburn Basketball's Fight Against Cancer, or to be able to support Children's Harbor through our golf tournament coming up later on May 19th and 20th. By the way, you're all invited to come down to the lake at Willow Point on Sunday night. For real, if you don't have to play golf on Monday, come down Sunday night. We have a band and we have a really nice party at the country club, and everybody's invited to that. If you want more information on how you can participate in that, and the golf tournament is on Monday. The tournament's sold out, so we don't need any more golfers, but we'd love to have you come down. But again, from our leadership, from Dr. Leaf and from Alan Green, to allow us to continue to raise money for other things and serve the community in other ways, and to be so involved in the community in Beauregard and the hurricane disaster. Just we're so grateful to be able to serve. Just a couple more thank yous. Our student body, we got the best student body in this country. The support that they give all of our programs is incredible, and I love the opportunity to get a chance to speak with our students. And the bottom line is, when I find a young person that has chosen to come to Auburn, they've already said so much about who they are and who they want to be, because they made the decision to come to this university. And so I'm so pleased for our student athletes, and we're grateful for the support of our student body. I think the last thank you for me is going to be to the parents of our players. This is, you think about your greatest asset, your greatest resource. You think if you could ask God just for one blessing, it's God bless my son or my daughter or my child. And so when a parent allows a coaching staff or a university to have their child and build on what they've started is a tremendous responsibility. And just want you to know that we're grateful for you. Our parents' job is to be parents, to love their sons, to be able to listen to their sons first. Understand, when maybe coach doesn't give them enough playing time or doesn't get enough shots or isn't starting, their job is to be their parent, not their coach, and not support me, but to support them in what they're trying to do. Now, can they help them be patient? Can they help them be ready when their number calls? And the bottom line is, all of our guys know, be right and be ready. Be right and be ready. You're going to get called. Your role's going to change. You're going to change your role. And I think that's one of the biggest things about our team. It wasn't just about accepting roles. It was they were ready when their number was called at all times. and they trust, again, along the lines of trust in one another. So parents, thank you. You know, and you guys are a tremendous, tremendous group. And I feel, just to shift gears to next year before we give out our last couple of awards, I feel really good about our team next year. We've got a lot of upperclassmen. I mean, Wes, you and I have been running around, Stephen, you and I have been running around recruiting for the last couple of weeks. We just got the best commitment tonight. We're going to get all month long when Austin Wiley says he's coming back, and we're excited about that for sure. And our job is to help our guys, you know, get prepared. And we're very, and for what's after. You know, Bryce is beginning his workouts right now. He's got tryouts coming up. Jared's got tryouts coming up. Chuma's is going to be invited to the combine. He can't try out yet. As you can see, he can't walk upstairs right now. But he's going to be invited to talk to a number of NBA teams. These guys are all going to play professionally. Horace and Malik are going to play professionally, and they're all going to leave with their degrees. And I think we got to give a big hand for that first and foremost. Right? Some of our seniors, you know, Bryce definitely got a chance to get drafted. And let me tell you something right now, the NBA were they not watching us play this year? I mean, if you want to take a point guard ahead of Jared Harper or a forward ahead of Chuma Kiki, you don't know what you're doing. Come watch all the basketball games. Those guys belong in the NBA. For real, for real. All right? All right. Just the last thing, we have a couple more awards. But again, guys, thank you. Thanks for putting up with everything. And thanks for making history. And we're excited about our team next year. We're excited about the guys that are returning. I can promise you right now, we're going to work hard. I can promise you right now, we're not going to let success change us in any way, shape, or form. Okay, all I want to be is a 5 seed. All I want to be is, you feel me on that? All I want to be is a 5 seed. Somebody needs to make that t-shirt up. That's how we are. We're not crowned. We're not the elite. We may go to a university that is, but our basketball program ain't never going to change. But we ain't afraid of anybody. We ain't backing down from no one, and we're going to do it because we're just going to work. And my guys, I talk a lot, and those guys back me up. But we're going to train. We're going to prepare. We're going to continue to put those guys in positions to be successful. You know, for them to live their dreams and realize their dreams and their goals. And we're on it right now. We're on it right now. We're working right now. And I'm so excited about the group that we have coming back. And I'm excited about some of the new guys we got coming in. And it's really, really good. We're in a really, really good place. Last 2 awards. First one is the Coaches Award. Again, along the lines of it's not where you start, it's where you finish. I think accepting the coaching, wanting to get better, evaluating your strengths and understanding your weaknesses, going to your strengths, asking questions when you don't understand, challenging the authority without questioning it, letting your family be supportive and rely on them to be the rock while you're going out there trying to live your dreams and your goals. Grow up. Become a leader. Become somebody that others are looking to. You started off worrying about yourself. You ended up taking care of your brothers by example. You started off worrying about yourself. And at the end, you led your brothers to the Final Four. You led by example. You graduated with honors. You did your family right. And we are so proud to be able to give the Coaches Award to Bryce Brown.
Thank you. Very appreciate this award, as well as the other awards I've been given. I just want to say thank you for being here since day one. The days that it was very tough. I'm just happy personally. I know the guys are, the seniors are.
just happy to bring y'all a beautiful season and something to cheer for and continue to cheer for the future. I want to thank everybody, especially Coach Pearl, Steve Pearl, Coach Flanagan, Clark, those guys, Coach Pruitt, guys that always helped me since day one. You know, it's been very rough throughout my whole journey. It's been very rough throughout my 4 years. And I want to thank y'all for sticking with me. Just so much I've been through that it's just, I can't believe that y'all have given me so many chances and had my back through the thick and thin. I just want to say thank you for just helping me become the man I am today and warrior.
So the final award is going to be our most outstanding player award. When we get done with that award, we're really close to wrapping up. Thank you so much, for your patience. It's pretty difficult to decide, who your most outstanding player is when you've got so many outstanding players. And Gary, I appreciate what you said, and John, what you said, that this very well may be the best team that ever played basketball at Auburn. Coach Smith, to hear you say that means a lot. The interesting thing about this group was while we had some outstanding players, it was about the sum of its parts. It was about everybody. We constantly looked to the left and the right in the locker room, and we were really happy about where we were. But we could look at everybody that's been recognized and said, without you, we wouldn't be here. Without you, we would not have won this championship. Without you, I wouldn't have accomplished this dream and this goal. And the fact that we were able to do it together and we share that together is something that's beyond special. Bryce was somebody that no matter what, if we could get Bryce a look, he could get us a bucket, and he wasn't afraid. No matter where Bryce started from and where he came from coming out of high school, he worked so hard, and his teammates knew how hard he worked, that we all knew that if we could get him open, he could make a shot. And then he becomes such a great on-ball defender, and he works so hard in the other aspects of his game, and the other thing too, just becoming such a really good teammate, and encouraging the others and giving those guys confidence. And, there was a time during the course of our season and for the last 2 or 3 years where Jared and Bryce didn't play well. We had no chance. We had no chance to win. I mean, a year ago, I don't know how many games did we lose a year ago? 5 or 6, 7, I don't know what it was, okay? Jared Harper probably had 5 or 6 games that weren't great games. We lost every one. We could never win a game unless he played great. That tells you how valuable a player like Jared Harper is to his teams. And then, obviously for us this year, in all the major moments, he was a guy that the opponents, they couldn't defend. He broke pressure. He ran our offense. He was our best defender in the stacks. And improved so very much in this area. And he led by example and played with his work ethic, just unsurpassed. And, it's when you're talking about most valuable players, it's hard not to include a guy like Chuma. Like Steven said, Coach Pearl said, in the NCAA tournament down the stretch, he was the best college basketball player in the country. There was nobody that could cover him. There was nobody on the floor that he couldn't cover. And his growth and his maturity and his confidence as a player, we all saw it. And he did it at his own pace. And he did it when he was ready. And here's the deal. There were times during the course of the season when when we went into a really difficult game, and you could sit there and say, I don't know whether we can win this game, but we got Jared. I don't know if we can win this game, but we got Chuma. I don't know if we can win this game, but we got Bryce. and nobody's met those guys. And so I think one of the best ways, if we can, to announce the Paul Lambert Tommy Joe Eagles MVP award, there's no better way than this way. We got Jared, we got Shuma, and we got Bryce Brown from way downtown throwing out the MVPs of the 2019 Auburn men's basketball team.
I just want to say I'm just thankful for all of my teammates. I couldn't be in this position without any of them just fighting me every single day, every single practice, every single game, spending time in the gym, spending time out of the gym. I think what really helped us this year is our relationships off the court. I feel like our relationships off the court with everybody made us even go that much further. So I'm just thank you to all my teammates and Warrior.
I want to thank my teammates. I want to thank my Coach Pearl, as well as the rest of the coaching staff. Because without y'all, this award wouldn't have been possible. Y'all had to make so many sacrifices to make myself look good at times. Just like I had to make sacrifices to make y'all look good at times. So, hey, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all boys to death, man. I wouldn't have rather did it with no other group and coaching staff than my boys I got here. So, hey, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all.
I want to thank the coaching staff. I want to thank my family for always supporting me, and I also want to thank y'all for always supporting us. I want to thank my teammates for always trusting in me, believing in me, and I just want to thank y'all for everything. Appreciate it.
So I think in the interest of time, next year, we don't need to have all these speakers come up and do all these thank yous. We'll just have Malik come up and do the banquet next year. War Eagle.